Right. That should fix it, hopefully. Ooh, hopefully. I hope I didn't just restart for no reason. That would kind of suck. Hey, yo, what's up, man? What's your fragrance of the day? My fragrance of the day is Acqua di Gio Profondo. In my opinion, probably the best year-round aquatic fragrance. Hey, Benji, yo, I ended up just restarting my live. One of my friends texted me and just said, the chat, your live was okay because my friend texted me and just said that the chat wasn't working for him, so I just restarted. But hopefully, it's all good now. Um, yeah, everything looks like it's running well, unless it's just something I can't see. But I want to know, what are both your guys' fragrance of the day? Is mine right now is Acqua di Gio Profondo. Probably the most. Wait, you're wearing Profondo too? Hey, dude, okay. I love Profondo. I think it's probably like the most versatile aquatic fragrance you can get, if I'm being dead honest. Because a lot of fragrances that have aquatics in them, they're really good for summer and spring, but a lot of them just really don't have what it's take. A lot of them don't really have like what it takes to, be a good all year rounder fragrance when it comes to like winter and fall. But Profundo seems to cut nicely through the cold. I've worn it a couple times in the cold because I got it in like February or something like that. I'm wearing Chrome Extreme right now. It's pretty similar to Profondo. See, okay, I have heard that, and I know you can get Zara Chrome Extreme for like $20. So part of me wants to get it and just have it where like, oh, not even don't get Profondo, get this, but like if you guys don't want to spend $90 on Profondo, try out this fragrance. I'm gonna be honest, I put on Prada Ocean EDT at Sephora. Hey, I mean, you're testing a fragrance out. Um, Micah, hey, Berry Boy, Suman Dose Gambana, the one. So this guy's wearing Dolce and Gabbana, the one today. That's a good one. I have that fragrance. All right, so I had a list put together on the other live I was doing, but I had to restart, so I haven't gotten into the list. And what I did is I just grabbed, I think I have 8. Yeah, I have 8 fragrances that are just super good for fall and spring. And I'm just going to talk about them. So the first fragrance, this is a very sweet and synthetic fragrance, but that is Rasasi Hawass. Um, really hyped up on TikTok. Oh, if you guys were on TikTok when a lot of fragrances started getting hyped up, this was definitely one that you guys know. Pretty much anywhere, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I'm sure Facebook has like fragrance groups. This was hyped up on it too, but this was the most hyped up cologne. I caved in. I bought a bottle. A lot of people said that it was a clone of Invictus Aqua 2016, which hence the name Invictus Aqua 2016 was made in 2016. But Hawass was made in 2015, so it's not a clone of Invictus Aqua. And Invictus did, and Paco Rabanne didn't, copy Hawass with this, but it's a really good fragrance. My batch lasts like 10 to 11 hours. It's super strong. It is more on the synthetic side though, but it's a good summer fragrance. Chrome Extreme was $40 for 3.4 ounce. One of the more expensive chromes because it's one of the most popular ones. I could definitely see that. Top 3 fragrances today. Cool Water, I really want to get that. Mont Blanc Explore Ultra Blue. One of my friends has that. I don't like it out of the bottle, but on skin it smells super nice. An Amber Oud Gold Edition. That's from oh, what brand is that one from? I know it's from one of like the Middle Eastern brands, but I've seen that one. I gotta go. I'll be back. All right, man, you're good. The next fragrance I'm gonna talk about is gonna be. Oh, I got a couple. I'm gonna talk about Mont Blanc Legend Red. Now, this is a flanker of the Legend line. The original Legend is a clone of Abercrombie and Fitch's Fierce. Legend Red, if I'm not mistaken, is an original fragrance. It's fruity, it's woody, it has this really nice creamy tonka bean that like ties the whole thing in together. It smells super good. It almost just smells like a really nice shampoo in a way. But this stuff's good. It's really slept on as well. I know a lot of people say um that it's just, a mid cologne, but longevity isn't the best. I get like 5 to 6 hours, but it's super good. I love this fragrance. I did overpay. I bought this 1.7 ounce for $40, so wasn't the best deal. Uh, wow. Okay. Wasn't the best deal. Okay. Hey. Um. Okay. Hold on. All right. What is the fresher fragrance you have? So I'm assuming you're trying to say what is the freshest fragrance I have? Honestly, that's a good question. I would say freshest fragrance I have would probably be something like Aqua di Gio Profondo. I would say that that's like the freshest one. Was hoping that I can find that at my racks. I mean, yeah. Legend Red is super good. Aqua di Gio Profondo is super good. You can find Legend Red more often at rack stores. Grayson's dad has a thing of Hugo Boss from 1990. That's cool. I mean, that's probably not a rare bottle, but just cool to have something that old. Uh, what's good? My bad for trolling last live. Hey, you're good, man. Um, but yeah, so yes, freshest. My English not good. Hey, you're good. But Legend Red, super good. Slept on. I like this fragrance a lot. Um, Next fragrance I'm gonna recommend is Hugo Boss Extreme. This opens up super fresh with green apple, and then it just has a bunch of powdery notes on the mid and base notes. But this stuff is good. It is an eau de parfum. I get like 8 hours of longevity though. Whenever I wear this, I'll just catch these random whiffs, and it's honestly super good. I paid, I think, like $27 for this 2.5 ounce. This stuff is good. This stuff is slept on. There are actually a lot of Hugo Boss fragrances that kind of go under the radar, and this is Hugo Boss Extreme. Cop Bentley Black and First Instinct Extreme from Ross. Because why not? I've seen First Instinct Extreme. I've heard that that's pretty good. I haven't tried Bentley Black. I've heard Bentley Intense is super good. Those are my recent purchases. Yeah, those aren't bad by any means. Those are actually pretty good. Thank you. Hey man, yeah, you're welcome. Next fragrance I'm going to talk about more of a synthetic side of summer fragrances, and a lot of people don't like this. I really don't know why. But Versace Blue Jeans, if you like a more synthetic summertime fragrance, that is actually going to last, and it's going to, um, and it's actually a good fragrance in my opinion. I really don't know why this stuff gets a lot of hate. It lasts like 7 hours on my skin, but I think it's good, honestly. Like it's a super good fragrance. Outperforms a bunch of my more expensive fragrances, and it just smells good in my opinion. What's good? My bad for trolling last live. I'll chill out. All right, man. Yeah, you're good. Have I tested Davidoff Cool Water Intense? It seems to be among the freshest ones. So I haven't tried anything from Davidoff Cool Water, um, from like anything from that line or anything from Davidoff. Although I do want to buy a bottle of just the EDT and try it out and see from there what I want to get. I heard Versace has an old school smell. So yeah, it definitely does have more of an old school smell because it did come out in the 90s. Um, but I don't think it's bad. I really like it. Thoughts on Parfums de Marley Greenleaf. So I can't sample niche fragrances around me unless I order them. So I haven't been able to smell that one. There's people who don't like synthetic. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people aren't going to like synthetic fragrances, but it's what I tend to realize with a bunch of like Versace Blue Jeans is kind of like Nautica Voyage. A lot of people will just find stuff to hate on. Like a lot of people will be like, "Oh, well, it smells old." Well, yeah, it's a classic cologne that came out in the 90s, like it's going to smell old. With Nautica Voyage, I don't really like that fragrance, but it doesn't really matter. You love Blue Jeans. I need to get it next time I see it. I already passed on it once, but I'm gonna get it next time. Okay, I think it's really good. It might not be everyone's jam, but I think it's super good. And I think you should at least smell it. If you don't like it, you can sell it to someone. Next fragrance I'm gonna talk about, best JPG. In my collection, the best JPG would be best JPG in my collection is Ultra Male. Close second is La Male Elixir, but my favorite from ones I don't have would be LeBeau. I love LeBeau. The EDT, I don't really like the Le Parfum. Trading Kawa Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, Oh, Intense, Mont Blanc Explorer, and Aqua di Gio Pour Homme for Jean Paul Gaultier Elixir, Sauvage Elixir, and Born in Roma, and Bleu de Chanel. Thoughts? That's honestly a really good deal. I definitely feel like you're like scamming the other person because although a bunch of the fragrances you have aren't like super expensive, fragrances you're getting back are actually super good. And I know that they're probably not all like full sizes, but that's a really good deal. Only thing is I noticed a bunch of the fragrances that you're getting aren't going to be the best for summer. If it's the EDT, if it's the EDT of Born in Rome and Bleu de Chanel, then those are going to be good for summer. Hey Hollis, thank you for joining. I'm subbing. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Um, Next fragrance, moving on with my list, I'm going to recommend, you can get the EDT, you can get the O Intense or whatever flankers you like, but something from the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue line. I personally have the EDT. I still think it's super good. It opens up super fresh and citrusy, and then it dries down to a really musky combo. It's a musky and citrus combo, but it's super good. I love this stuff. It lasts like 5 to 6 hours on my skin, so this isn't gonna wow you with its performance or even necessarily its smell. But this fragrance is good. I don't think it's redundant in 2024, and you can pick it up for pretty cheap. I did overpay $40 for a 2.5 ounce. I've overpaid on a decent amount of my colognes, and it pissed me off even more because the next week I bought this from Ross for $40 for a 1.7 ounce, and I went to TJ Maxx and they had a 4.2 ounce for $50. So that was kind of stupid, but I still like the fragrance. Hey, Kobe, what's up, man? Are there any colognes you've been wanting to try but haven't had the chance to yet? So I've definitely wanted to try La Mail Onboard, La Mail Lover. I also wanted to try the new Le Beau Paradise Garden. None of those have come to the store, and just a bunch of niche fragrances as well. Is it salty? It doesn't have aquatics in it. The O Intense has aquatics in it, so if salty like aquatic vibe, I would say the O Intense would be salty, but no, I don't think the EDT is salty. Do you have Versace Dylan Blue? Yes, I do have Dylan Blue. I don't have a full size bottle. Ooh, I just gave you guys a little tummy show. But I do. I have this little sample of Dylan Blue, a little 5 milliliter, and I think Dylan Blue is great. I'm definitely gonna be getting a full size bottle of this stuff. It's amazing. It's versatile. It lasts long. It smells great, and you get compliments. Did you notice that a good fragrance can change the mood, especially if you feel down? When you smell good, when you smell a good one, you feel happy. I definitely get that. Some days, like I'll wake up not really feeling the best. I'll take a shower, put on one of my favorite fragrances. I just feel better. Hey, I just got back from running 4 miles. That's a lot, dude. I have it. Same. I love it. Yeah. So this is definitely full bottle worthy. I got a couple of the other. I got a couple of these other sample kits. I have Man Au Fraiche and Porum. Dylan Blue is my favorite from those little ones that I have. I recommend it. I recommend you try the Amber Ouds and Xerjoff clones. The one I got is Reba. I will try them out. Eventually. Do I have any niche fragrances? No, there's nowhere around me that sells niche fragrances. I can't smell my colognes when I spray them on my wrist. Should I spray them in my nose instead of my wrist? So no, what I would do, say you're just spraying your fragrances on your wrist, start applying them on your neck. Because really the main thing with cologne is you want to keep all the fragrances up. So if you spray them on your wrist, you're not going to really be able to smell it. You spray them on, like down here on your shirt, you're not going to be able to smell it. You start spraying them up here and you can actually smell them. Can you describe the perfect cologne for you in 3 words? Yeah, I would say vanilla. Ooh, I would say vanilla, versatile, and strong. I would just want a really versatile and strong vanilla fragrance because obviously versatility and longevity has a lot to do with fragrances. And I love vanilla. So that would be like my, perfect fragrance. I smell Replica Jazz Club. It honestly wasn't that good. See, I haven't been able to try that one. want to buy a bottle. I'm between if I want to try and get Jazz Club or By the Fireplace. Obviously, I'm not going to be getting them soon because they're out of season. But I definitely do want to get some from the replica line. But that definitely will go into my choice. I'll probably end up buying like a little sample kit from them though. But yeah, I mean, just apply your fragrances more upward, Kobe, and then that should help. I almost pulled the trigger on Haltane, dude. I mean, honestly, you should. If you're debating it, because what you were between you were between what, Aqua de Gio, Parfum, or Haltane. I think you should get Haltane, but yeah, kind of like you said, you're still waiting for the price drop. So once the price does drop, definitely get it. Old Spice or Axe? I don't know. Honestly, I would probably just say Old Spice. I don't know. Do you have any favorite cologne brands, and if so, why do you prefer them? So yes, there are definitely a couple cologne brands that I prefer over others. Mont Blanc is a great one. Um, I really like Giorgio Armani. So I would probably say Armani would be my favorite. Either Versace or Armani is my favorite brand because I have a lot from Versace that I like and Armani that I like. By a lot, I mean I have 3 Armani colognes, but I have like 7 Versace colognes. Everyone put your favorite fragrance notes in the chat. I want to see everyone. So yeah, everyone do that. My favorite deodorant. So the deodorant that I use normally is Old Spice Captain. It just kind of smells like bergamot. Mine is amber. That's great. Cinnamon. That's great. Name a car for an edit. Ooh, go with my dream car, C5 Corvette, red one, red C5. If you can do that. Or pineapple. Yeah, pineapple is really good. Vanilla is super good. Mold. Have you ever tried Duke Cannon? I tried one of their fragrances. I really didn't like it. I gave it to one of my friends. And yeah, so I don't really think that they're good. But if you only got like $25, because they're cheaper fragrances. If that's really all you can afford, that's fine. They're gonna do their job. Lavender or vanilla. Those are super good ones as well. Okay, bet. All right. I better see this edit. Have you ever gifted colognes to someone? And if yes, how did you choose the scent? Um, did I ever gift a cologne to someone? I mean, I've given like some colognes I don't use to people. So I guess really like when it comes to giving someone cologne, um it's cause either I have like a little sample, um like because I had a little sample bottle alongside with it. So I gave that to one of my friends, but I've never like gone out, bought a fragrance based off like a scent that I wanted to give to someone. Any suggestions for fragrances? Honestly, something like Mont Blanc Legend EDT, Versace Eros if you're just getting into collecting. And then I would say like Mont Blanc Explorer. Are you in a UCLA apartment? No, I'm at my house. I'm not old enough for college yet. I'm only 15. Mold non no bro mosses. What is the scent of the day? My scent of the day is Aqua de Gio Profundo. Oh shoot for Ovenji. Thank you. Yeah, man, you're welcome. Okay, so to finish up on my list, I only have 3 more fragrances. Another super good summer fragrance is the original Prada Luna Rosa EDT. If you guys have smelled the the EDT of Armani Code, it kind of smells like that, but it's just super fresh and powdery. This stuff doesn't last that long. It's like anywhere from like 40 to 40 like 5 to 6 hours longevity. It's a decent cologne. I really like the smell. Do you support LGBTQ? Yeah. I mean, I have some family that like my cousin's gay, my aunt's a lesbian. I don't, yeah, I guess I support them. I don't have an issue with anyone. Name a country for an edit. America. No, actually go with South Sudan. There. I'm pretty sure that's a country. I think South Sudan might not be a country. I might be stupid. No, South Sudan's a country. Because it's a country inside a continent. So yeah, South Sudan. That's the one. What role does nostalgia play in your choice of cologne? So, how does nostalgia play in my fragrances? So sometimes I'll be like, oh, I got this fragrance for this occasion in the past, and I'm gonna, wear it for this. So I guess it's really just if I remember, hey, I wore this fragrance and it's super good and it was good on this occasion, and I remember that, I'll wear it for like the same occasion. Hey, please stop spamming, man. I'll respond to your comment. I love your video so much. Thank you and hi. But please don't spam. Down to my last two fragrances that I'm recommending. Um, Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct Together. It's an Invictus styled fragrance. Longevity's decent, 6 to 7 hours. It has a really nice floral undertone. If you guys have smelled the EDT of Invictus, imagine that with a nice floral undertone. This is pretty much what it is. Longevity wise too, like 6 to 7 hours. It's a good fragrance though. I picked this up for like 20 bucks. And honestly, when I bought this, was super excited, and I saw a bottle of First Instinct Extreme, and I was so sad, and I unboxed this, fell in love with it. This stuff is actually super good. I love this. And for like 20 bucks for a really good winter scent, summer fragrance, it's super good. And then last one I would recommend, this one is the more, this one is a little more expensive, but Acqua di Gio Profondo. This is my fragrance of the day. Probably one of the most versatile aquatic fragrances you can get. But this stuff is good. A lot of people love this, and it's just a really big compliment getter. My bad, man. I went to the bathroom. That was my brother. Hey, even if it wasn't, man, I'm not upset. I'm just trying to say, just please don't spam. I was about to pick up Hugo Boss Extreme, but didn't. I heard your voice in the back of my head. I have failed you, bro. It's so good. Okay, just if you see it, get it, because I actually think it's so good. I just started a collection, and I'm choosing my first summer fragrance. What should I get? Honestly, I would recommend try something like Dolce and Gabbana Light Blue. Really, any flanker from them is going to be safe. Try something from the Acqua di Gio line. I have Profondo, and it's super good. You can try something like Hawas or like any Invictus styled fragrance. You can try some stuff from the Prada Luna Rosa line. Honestly, what I would recommend is just look up like best summer fragrances, and just watch a couple videos and kind of get an idea of what you want. How do you think? Oh my god! How do you think the perception of cologne differs across different age groups? So honestly, what I would say is just how like scent has evolved. Like, what are the really big scents now? They're super sweet fragrances. They're super long lasting, and they're really attractive to people of our generation. In the 90s, when La Male was a huge fragrance, CK1, that was what the people liked that day. People liked that lavender vanilla combo. People liked that citrus combo and stuff. So how it really evolves and how the perception differs from each age group is every single person has like that big fragrance from their time. So like my generation would be like Dior Sauvage or Versace Eros. My parents' generation would be like CK1 and stuff like that. So it really just differs with whatever colognes come out when you're at that age. All right, Micah, gotta head out. Keep going like always. Night. All right, good night, man. I'll see you in one of my next videos. I just sprayed my loam on my neck and it's burning hella bad. Did you just shave or something? Because that's something I could think of. God loves you. I hope he does. Do you pretend to be Helen Keller before you sleep? Nope. Do you think that buying fragrances online is the stupidest decision purchase we can make? So no, many times ordering online is going to be cheaper um than ordering retail. If you buy from a discounter like FragranceNet or Joma Shop, you're actually going to get super good deals, and you're going to be able to actually expand your collection more than if you were to, um, buy stuff retail. But I'm going to put these fragrances back and organize them real quick. So whatever questions you guys want to leave, I'll get back to them in like 30 seconds. I guess I could still talk about the. I guess I could still talk. I don't know why. I was just gonna just leave all you guys ghosted. Um, I don't know what I'm gonna wear as my fragrance of the day tomorrow. Part of me kind of wanted to wear one of my Eros is either Eros EDT or Flame. But I don't know. They're super good fragrances. Um, yeah. So I'm between Eros EDT and Flame. I really don't know what I want. Something wrong is going on. Something's not how it should be. My fragrances used to never be like that. That's what was going on. There we go. All right. Oh, sorry about that. Are there any misconceptions about colognes you'd like to dispel? Sure. A lot of people say apply fragrances to your clothing. If you wear generally darker clothing, you don't want to do that. It can almost like bleach out your clothing, so you'll notice where you apply your fragrances, color might start to fade. And also the people who just say don't wear fragrances because they're bad for you. There's really not that much it's going to do. You might get some wrinkles because you're applying a alcohol based thing into your skin. But if you hydrate your skin, you're going to be fine. A lot of people say, like, oh, when I spray fragrances, my asthma acts up. So you shouldn't wear fragrances if you have asthma. You can totally wear fragrances. That's one of the only times I would say actually spray fragrances on your clothing. If you have like asthma and every time you spray, if your asthma starts acting up, apply it to your clothing. But there's just a couple misconceptions. There's not a lot. But a lot of them are dumb. A lot of people are just like, oh, colognes are super dangerous. They're really not. Like, it's no different than washing your clothes in laundry detergents, different than having a candle out. There's really not a lot of stuff that's different. What's the most expensive fragrance you have? My bottle of La Male Elixir, and I spent $145. So surprisingly, my most expensive bottle isn't over 200. How many sprays for each strength of fragrance? I would say if it's a super weak fragrance, then you should go like 6 to 7 sprays. If it's a medium strength fragrance, probably like 3 to 5. And then if it's if it's a strong fragrance, like Dior Sauvage, Montal Arabian's Tonka, like anywhere from like 1 to 3. There's really not a golden spot for just say like here's how many sprays you need to do for this for strong fragrances, weak fragrances, and medium strength fragrances. It really just depends. Um, yes, I see, but online you can't test. Yeah, you're right. You can't test online. Honestly, what I would do is go to like your Dillard's or Ulta, whatever you have by you, test out the fragrances and order them after that. You said you're 15, got that beard already. Yeah, I'm only 15. Um, have you ever attended an event specifically centered around cologne or fragrances? No, I haven't. Um, there's really not a lot of like actual just like fragrance based stuff that goes on around. There are a couple times where like a bunch of fragrance influencers will meet up in New York, go to the Beauty House warehouse and a bunch of stuff like that. But personally, I've never been to one. How do you use JPG? Like, how do you just spray the fragrance on, or like how many sprays, or what are you asking? Because if you're asking just how do you spray them, you just like it's just like a normal bottle. Oh, like does it have a cap? Okay, so here's my little bottle of La Male. So you see how it has like this like I guess like choker thingy. I don't know how to describe it, but you just take it off and then you just spray. But yeah, it's just that. So it doesn't come with a cap. When you store it, put that thing back in. So if you drop it, it's not going to spray anywhere or break. But yeah, you just take it off every time you want to spray. How often do you live stream? So my goal live stream like almost every single weeknight. Um, Sometimes on Fridays I won't live stream because I hang out with my girlfriend after school. On the weekends, sometimes I also won't live stream because I'm busy doing stuff. I'm hanging out with my girlfriend or doing some other stuff. But I pretty much try and live stream almost like every day after school. Apart from Friday. Does Eros have a magnetic cap? So no Eroses have magnetic caps. Every bottle and cap is the same, but it's just a normal cap. It doesn't have any magnets in it or anything. But yeah. What's up, bro? Son of the day went with Latafa's vintage radio. Also went to Marshalls and found John Verveda's XS Artisan for $29.99. Absolute steal if you can find it. Have a good week, man. Hey, man, you too. What's your opinion on unisex or gender neutral colognes? So I have a couple in my collection. Well, ones that aren't specifically like labeled as unisex. Like I have Ultra Male, which the clone of it, Off on 9 p.m. That's a unisex cologne. Um, but I really don't have like a negative opinion or anything. I feel like if you can make a cologne masculine, that's fine. If it's a feminine perfume, that's fine. If it's right in the middle, anyone can wear it. That's fine too. I really don't have any like outstanding viewpoints on that. But yeah, it's just good. W Riz, W Riz, W Riz. Thank you. I would assume I'd W Riz if she's my girlfriend. Guys, W Riz in the chat for Micah Fragrance. Will colognes give me mad Riz? So I would say fragrances when it comes to like relationships. Really in the end, it just depends how you are as a person within a relationship. You can wear all the cologne you want, but it's not gonna just make a girl forget about the problems you might have or stuff like that. But when you're first talking to a girl, it definitely would help if you smell good, because when you first meet someone, you judge them off how they look, how they smell, and how they act. A lot of people don't think that like, oh, like I'm gonna judge someone on how they smell based off when you meet them, but when you talk to someone and you breathe in and you can smell them and you're like, oh wow, they have a nice cologne on, that really does something. What is the most expensive cologne you have bought someone? Um, Most expensive. I would say most expensive fragrance I bought like with my own money. I bought my girlfriend a bottle of Moschino Toy 2 bubblegum. It's 3.4 ounce, and that was like $60. And I also got her a bottle of Gucci Bloom, a 1.6 ounce. It was only $29.50, but originally it was like $118. How do you think your choice of cologne influences your mood or confidence? So there's definitely like I definitely feel better when I wear, a cologne that I really like. Um, so I would just say it can just brighten up my day. Um, it's definitely like, oh, I'm having a good day and I'm wearing my favorite cologne. Or it's like, I'm having an okay day, but I gotta wear, this cologne in specific that I was really excited to wear. So I would definitely just say, um, definitely makes me um it definitely just makes me a lot more confident because I smell good. But yeah, it definitely just makes me a little happier. Uh, the one dude I, the one dude I always, the one dude I like always stinks, and it makes me scared to ask him out. To be honest, I'm not even gonna say anything on that, man. When I had to choose between Versace Eros and 1 Million Elixir, I chose Million. Strange. That's strange. Most people would choose Versace Eros. I smell 1 Million Elixir. I like it. It is super sweet though, so you do have to like syrupy sweet fragrances. Um, and Eros is good. Honestly, any Eros is good. The Parfum is pretty much a straight copy of the Eau de Parfum. The Eau de Parfum is amazing. Don't get me wrong. So the Parfum's pretty good. Um, Eros Flame is so good. That's probably my favorite one. And the EDT is still good. Do you prefer beauty house or micro perfumes? So I've never used micro perfumes. I've never ordered off beauty house. I've only ordered off fragrance net, but I would say my two favorites are like um Fragrance Net, and Joma Shop. Are there any particular memories or experiences that you associate with a certain cologne? So I would say, yeah, definitely. Um, Stronger with You EDT reminds me of when me and my girlfriend first started dating. So whenever it's a special occasion or something, that's when I bust out that cologne. I'll always remember my girlfriend got me a bottle of Versace Eros Flame for Valentine's Day. So that's just something I'll always relate. And on Valentine's Day, I'll probably wear that fragrance. So it's just stuff like that. It's like, oh, I remember I got this cologne for this reason, or I got it on this day from this. So yeah, there are some memories that I guess I associate with colognes. How should I ask them out? You obviously have W Riz. I guess I would. I don't know. Just yeah, like I mean, I don't know. Just be like, I think you're cute. Go out with me. I only have winter slash vanilla fragrances, and I've been wearing them all summer. Am I cooked, or is it not that big of a deal at the end of the day? Honestly, it's not that big of a deal at the end of the day, as long as you're not like overspraying. Like if you have a winter fragrance, you can wear it in the summer, all things considered. If you do, like say normally you do like 4 sprays in the winter, do like 2 sprays in the summer. Because the big thing is winter and cool weather fragrances are a lot stronger and a lot like thicker fragrances, so you're not really gonna the only thing that you might worry about is like choking some people out, but if you don't go heavy on the sprays, you're gonna be perfect. um but yeah, so I mean it's really not that big of a deal. I wore a Zara the Most Wanted parfum in the summer one time, although I did like 5 sprays of it. I didn't even think about it. I was going to the fair. This was 2 years ago. I was like just into fragrances, and I was like, oh, I like this fragrance. Did like 5 sprays. But it's weird. The heat absolutely killed the fragrance. Like I could not smell it. And then another question asked, do I have Burberry Brit? Um, yes, I do have Burberry Brit. I think it's super good. It's a powdery fragrance. It has rose in it too, so it has a really nice floral undertone. It's super nice. Kawa has been my go-to. LOL. Yeah, honestly, I love Kawa. Kawa it's just super nice. It's super sweet. So you definitely do have to like sweeter fragrances, but it's super nice. Honestly, one of my top complimented fragrances, and this stuff lasts forever. What's your approach to testing out new colognes before making a purchase? So honestly, how I normally test out a fragrance, I'll go to like Ross or TJ Maxx, smell it, or not Ross or TJ Maxx, like Ulta or Dillard's, smell it. I'm like, oh, I like this fragrance. I'll see it at Ross or something. I'll grab it. If I want to order something online, I'll try and smell it in store as much as I can. But I also really like blind buying fragrances. If I buy from Ross or TJ Maxx and I'm spending like, 20 to 40 bucks on a fragrance, I got no issue blind buying it. If I don't end up liking it, I can do a giveaway. I can give it to someone I know. So it's really not that big of a deal. So I really don't worry about testing out fragrances before I get them. And honestly, it's just a lot of fun because it's like, I make content where it's like, bam, here's a successful blind buy. And then it also shows not all of them might be successful, but I've never, out of all the 49 colognes I have, never been let down. A couple, but they're not bad colognes. I just don't necessarily prefer them. Or R2B2. I don't have R2B2. I have Burberry Brit 2. Yeah, like I said, it's good. You like the off-brand colognes at Ross? Honestly, no. There's been a couple that I smell, and I'm like, they're decent, but a lot of them are just like basic smelling fragrances. I wouldn't particularly wear, like the off-brand fragrances. Nothing against it. If that's all you can afford, that's perfectly fine. I'm not trying to say like, oh, the fragrances are trash. It's just not something I wear. And I love it. Yeah, again, like I said, Burberry Brit's just a really decent cologne. I just wish it lasted longer. But it's nice because you can also get Burberry Brit for her, and you and your girlfriend or boyfriend can match fragrances. That's something I like about fragrances. A lot of them have like their female counterpart. But yeah. Should I get Eros? I don't get the EDT. You can get the EDT if it's what you prefer, but I recommend looking at the Eau de Parfum or the Eros Flame. Those are my 2 recommendations. There was this one cologne at Ross, and it smelled like straight cigarette. Dude, that's so funny. Keep it up, dude. Hey, man, thank you. I will. Have you ever encountered a cologne that surprised you with how well it suited you? Ooh, that's actually good ass question. Um, hmm. I would say, oh God, I would say, Nautica Voyage because everyone hates me. No, I'm kidding. I would probably say like a cologne that I feel like just suits me. Um, would probably be Mont Blanc Legend. So I guess it just kind of surprised me because this was a fragrance that as soon as I first tried it on, I was like, wow, I could wear this every single day straight and never get tired of it. So I just feel like it kind of suits me. Um, Thanks, man. Yeah, man. Hollis, why your question's so deep, bro? Hey, that's my girlfriend. Be nice, Kobe. What's your opinions on Invictus Victory Elixir? That's a really good fragrance. I like it because you do get some of that original Invictus DNA, and you also get like that really nice vanilla in it. So I think that's a really solid fragrance. I love your videos, man. You inspire me a lot. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, I guess a cologne that I just felt like suited me was Legend EDT. But I love this stuff. And I got Lamel on my wrist. Oh shoot, my bad. Hey man, you're good. I'm really not being serious when I like say a bunch of shit like that, but just chillax, Kobe. No, I'm kidding. Oh, what should my fragrance of the day be tomorrow? I'm so torn. I don't know what I want you guys to pick it. I'm between. I want. Oh shit, that was almost bad. Okay, I'm between two fragrances. I don't know if I want to wear Eros Flame or Eros EDT. Both super good. I did wear Eros Flame more recently, if that helps. But yeah, I really don't know which one I want to wear. Also, Eros Flame is not just a cool weather scent. You can wear it whenever. I really don't get the people who just say Eros Flame is only a cold weather scent. It's really not. It's an all year round fragrance. 2 votes for Flame. Looks like Flame's gonna win. How do you store the colognes to maintain their freshness and longevity? So personally, how I store my fragrances is I have them obviously back here, but they're not in any direct sunlight. I have a window right there, and also you guys can't see, but I have a window right up here. First of all, this window, its blinds are down. That window, its blinds aren't down, but it's a face. It's a window that you can't like the sunlight doesn't really come through. So I that's how I really like keep them safe away from sunlight. A lot of people store them in their boxes. That's really the best way, but I don't really do a whole lot of that. Jeremy Fragrance or Cologne Boy? Honestly, Jeremy Fragrance. Cologne Boy is okay, and his comedy is good, but sometimes I feel like it's like tries to be so forced, like he can't go a single video with like, and it's like it really comes to preference. I know Jeremy Fragrance is fucking wild as all hell, but my thing is when Jeremy Fragrance makes videos about applying a fragrance, he's like, he'll be like, "This is my fragrance of the day." He'll spray the fragrances on. But the thing I don't really like about Cologne Boy is he will like he always makes everything so weird. He's like, we have to lotion up for the homies, and it's like I get it's funny. It's just really not my like. It's just not my type of comedy. And then like he always just like he's always just slaps the bottle like the asses of the John Paul Gaultiers, and it's like it's kind of funny. If I don't know, it's just whatever. My fragrance of the day is Versace Lone Blue. That's a great one. The citrus in it makes it all year round, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know why a lot of people just say it's only a winter and fall scent. It's super good all year round. Let's go, Micah. Hey, Julian, what's up? What was your first fragrance? My first fragrance was Stronger With You EDT, and it's my favorite fragrance. Edit done. All right, I will maybe check it out. I don't know, like tag me in it or something, I guess. Pretty sure Jeremy's colognes are laced, to be honest. Yeah, probably just like with a little bit of fentanyl. Okay, here's the thing though. Jeremy Fragrance, when he's acting all fucking crazy and shit, um, it's like it's entertaining. I don't really think that Cologne Boy's stuff is that entertaining. Like it's okay. It's just whatever. Your C5 Corvette edit is done. All right, I will try and check that out after the live. Go leave a comment in like one of my videos so I can go onto your account and see it. Do you have any rituals or habits associated with applying cologne? Um, yeah, I wouldn't really say I have like a ritual with cologne, but a habit. I really don't. I'll spray it on my clothes sometimes. I try to avoid cologne, spraying colognes on my shirt, but I really don't apply a whole lot of colognes to my wrists and stuff. I guess a habit is always just spraying upwards. I'll do, a spray here and a bunch of other stuff. Um, but yeah, I don't know. So I guess really just I just keep a bunch of like when I spray fragrances, I keep them up. I guess that'd be a habit. Vsauce makes cologne. Yes, Versace makes cologne. Their colognes are really popular. Yeah. I don't know. Something that is so weird is when you switch down these caps, Eros EDT, although it looks weird if you know what the actual bottle looks like, you could probably think that like this would be the natural bottle. Just because it has like the gold accents there and then gold and the whole gold up there. But then you see how weird that looks with it on. It's just interesting to me, I guess. But then when you do look at them the proper way, bottles look super good. Only reason I ever watch Cologne Boy is he's low-key a little bit cute. I don't really think he's cute. Also, I don't know how old y'all think he is, bro. He's 17. He's fucking 17. If I'm being dead honest, I thought bro was like 13 or something. Only reason I figured out he was 17 was there was this video that he was in his car and he was talking about something, and I read the comments, and a lot of the people were surprised he would fucking drive because bro actually looks like he's 13. Yeah, he's 17. He's 17. You can look it up. He's like 16 or 17. It's fucking crazy. He looks like he's like 13. How do you think cultural differences impact the popularity and preferences for certain clones? Okay, I'm gonna say this: the Muslim, and like Islam, um, like religion, in the Middle East and a lot of stuff, like fragrances are super popular because they're a very clean religion. There's actually been a couple people comment in my comments that talk about how to them, and they're Middle Eastern, but they talk about how the things that are really important to them are showering every day, a nice cologne and stuff, but also a lot of fragrance oils come from the Middle East, and that's why a bunch of Middle Eastern fragrance companies can sell their stuff for so cheap, like Latafa. They can sell their shit for so cheap because it's so easy to make. And really, kind of going back to it, like Middle East, I think we're gonna have a huge wave of Middle Eastern fragrances that are just like taking over the whole fragrance game because Rayhan, Latafa, Offnine, these are all Middle Eastern. Actually, Offnine might not be Middle Eastern. Offnine might be from like Europe or something. But it's just a bunch of stuff. So I definitely think we're gonna have like an upbringing within like Arabian fragrances. Should I get R2B2? I haven't ever been able to think about. I haven't ever been able to smell the R2B2 fragrances, and I've actually seen that. I've seen that they're atomizers because they're super good, but I've heard that they're kind of actually bad. Like when you put them on, like not even the atomizer is bad, but it just doesn't really like give you the best spray. Do you have to lotion up for the homies when wearing cologne, or is that just BS? So I really don't do that often. What I'll do is I'll wash my face, put on a toner, put on a lotion on my face before bed, and just whatever like excess lotion, I'll just like rub it around my neck. But the thing is, when you you put a lotion on and you spray it on, you're just creating a barrier between the actual fragrance and the like the fragrance in your skin. So ultimately, it's probably worse. If anything, spray a fragrance on and then put on lotion, or put on a primer like a I can't remember what it's called. But But you can get a bunch of these primers that you just spray on, and they'll actually like make your longevity a little bit more. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I mean, probably. I mean, I would get one. They're pretty. They're like $40 for R2B2 cologne. Are there any ingredients or notes you in colognes that you actively avoid? Um, so juniper as a actual like one of like the dominant notes. Like if it's a really juniper heavy cologne, I won't get it because my girlfriend is. I had this cologne that was really heavy in juniper, and she had a horrible reaction to it. So if it has juniper in it, I'll wear it. But if it's a juniper dominant fragrance, I will not wear it. Hope you make it. Hey man, thank you. I hope you make it too. We got probably about 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna get off live. I've already been going for about 50 minutes, so I think I'm just gonna bring it up to the hour and probably get off. This has been a pretty good live, if I'm being dead honest. I just gotta get ready for school and stuff. Um, or get ready to go to bed so then I can go to school and stuff. But yeah, a pretty successful live, I'd say. Decent amount of viewers. I think there's like 17 at max, but I really wasn't paying a whole lot of attention. Have you smelled Rocha's Loam? I highly recommend. No, I haven't smelt that fragrance. Yo, hey man, what's up? Um, why that Latafa bottle look like rum? This one? I mean, I can. Okay, so the thing about these bottles is they're supposed to look like a whiskey glass. There was something that I heard that like behind the design of the bottle, which just totally could have been a whole lot of BS. But a lot of people say that this was like inspired by a like a whiskey glass. Can spot the Eros. Yeah, I have Eros EDT and Eros Flame. Did your boots stop working? Did your truck break down? Did you run through money? Did your ex find out? Do you think that there's a correlation between someone's taste in cologne and their taste in other areas like fashion or music? Yeah, I would definitely say that there is. Within like a bunch of famous people, you can see like a lot of the famous athletes who wear a lot of Louis Vuitton and they wear a lot of Gucci and stuff. They're gonna match. You know, if they're wearing a bunch of Louis Vuitton stuff, they're gonna wear Louis Vuitton afternoon swim, for example. They're wearing a bunch of Gucci stuff, they're gonna wear something from the Gucci Guilty line. So yes, definitely there's a correlation between music or fragrances and fashion. I really don't know if there's correlation between fragrances and music though. I really wouldn't say that because there's just not a lot of correlation between those two things. I got LeBeau and Profundo. What else should I get for summer? Get something like Mont Blanc Legend Red, Mont Blanc Explorer. You could try something from Rayhan. They got a decent amount of good summer fragrances. Flame is better in my opinion, but I enjoy the richness of it. Yeah, I like Flame over Eros EDT. It just smells a little bit more complex. It's more of a compliment, not more of a compliment getter actually. What I've figured out is a lot of people still like both of the fragrances. Um, but my personal preference, I like Flame more. Where do you pick up your stuff? Like my colognes. Where do I get my colognes? Hold on, I'm gonna take a drink of water while you respond. Okay. Oh yes, my apologies. Poor word. No, man, you're good. So normally when I buy my fragrances, I'll buy a decent amount of them from like Ross or TJ Maxx. That's how I've gotten a decent amount of my fragrances. Definitely over half. A bunch of them were gifts though too. So a bunch of like Dillards. And I've ordered a decent amount of fragrances from Dillards. I've ordered Ultramail from Fragrance Net. So I've kind of really done a mix of a bunch of stuff. Actually getting the fragrances. How long have you been addicted to fragrances? Okay, so this is interesting. My whole fragrance journey started November 2022. I started dating Hollis. I told my dad, I was like, "Hey, I want a cologne. I'm gonna go on a date. I want a cologne. I want to smell good." He gave me a bottle of Stronger with You EDT. First started wearing it, I was like, "Yeah, this is nice." I got a bottle of Mont Blanc Explorer because I wanted something that was a little more versatile. Although at that time I really didn't know what that stuff was. I just knew I wanted a different fragrance. Um, and then also, so I got that, got Explorer. Then I ended up buying Azara the Most Wanted Parfum. I was working at McDonald's at the time, so I had some money. Spent like $95 on that 3.4 ounce. I gave my bottle of Stronger with You to Hollis. I told her, whenever you miss me, do a spray of it. When I got the bottle back, like half it was gone. Um, and then so I got that back, but I already had like 10 fragrances by the time I got that back. But eventually, like I had like 4 or 5 fragrances, and really that was just I just like switching up my fragrances. It wasn't even like I was addicted. I really didn't watch a whole lot of fragrance stuff. And then as soon as I started watching fragrance stuff and I learned actually how interesting, fragrance content is, um, how much I like it, how much you can actually learn from it. That's when I really got into it because there's as much as it's just cool to have a bunch of cologne, there's a whole learning side to it, which I honestly appreciate. But I started my channel in December of 2023. So I've only had my channel for like what this will be like its 6 month or something. Um Here in May. Um but I really wasn't like heavily collecting. Like I probably had about 20 fragrances. Around my birthday, which was September last year. Got a couple fragrances for my birthday, got more for Christmas, got some in between. And now I'm here where I'm at. So that's kind of just like my whole really shortened version of my whole cologne story. How do you think the precipitation of cologne has changed in recent years, particularly with the rise of niche and artisanal fragrances? Um, so really just cologne as a whole has shifted. So if you buy all your colognes retail, it's never going to be really a very affordable hobby. Fragrances are super expensive. Fragrance oils are expensive, and that's really what you're paying for with the fragrance. You're not paying for the bottle, you're not paying for the atomizer, you're paying for the fragrance oil. Um, so really just a bunch of niche companies coming out and artisanal, I'm assuming being like Arabian fragrances and Middle Eastern fragrances and stuff like that. It's just a bunch of ways that more people can be incorporated. Niche fragrances, that means a bunch of, people who have more money, can have those fragrances and they can, stand out a little bit more. You got your designers, Gucci, Versace, YSL, and that, more affordable. Um, but yeah. And then there's also, indie brands that are a lot cheaper. So it's really just, there's something for everyone. Bro, I'm sorry, but you need to pay for a haircut. Bro, I'm sorry, but your mom should have swallowed you. God, bro, I just fucking like fucking dicks, dude. It's like here's the thing. I got a haircut like 2 months ago. Like, damn, I'm sorry my hair grows. Thoughts on Armoff Club de Nuit Intense Man. So from what I heard, it's a super good clone of Creed Aventus. Doesn't have the best opening. I've heard longevity is insane. Um, Sweet. Thanks for the plugs. You are well versed in the subject already. Hey, thank you, man. Um, Man, how old are you? You have some wild knowledge for someone who looks under 25, and you are well versed slash well spoken. Subscribe from Ontario, Canada. Hey, thank you. I'm 15. But I really feel like Wyatt, which I've heard that a few times, that I'm like well versed and stuff, and like know what I'm talking about. Um, which I guess it's just because like it's different because you go from the standpoint of I watch fragrance stuff. I don't actually I don't like actually make fragrance content. But since I have made fragrance content, I've learned so much more because now constantly I'm trying to learn more stuff so I can teach my viewers about it and stuff. So it's like I guess it really just comes from just practicing. I guess like if you want to get really good into fragrances, start a fragrance channel where you actually have to like talk to people about fragrances and stuff. But if you want to be more well versed, that's what I do. But thank you for that subscription. There's this one kid at my school who trades his colognes for vapes. Is it worth trading my vape for a JPG fragrance? So first of all, bro, you shouldn't vape. Shit's bad for you. Second of all, trade all your vapes for a bunch of colognes, and then don't be addicted to vapes. Be addicted to colognes. All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this live. I'll give you guys a couple minutes, like 2 or 3 more minutes. Put down, your guys' last actual comments. I should be live tomorrow around my normal time, around 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. Not Eastern time. 7 p.m. Mountain time. So just be on the lookout for that. I hope to see all you guys in my live later. Jesus, 15 is an amazing age to have yourself in this. I started at 17 myself with Versace, 30 now, and it's my obsession. Knowledge by 20 is going to be top tier. Stay at this. Hey, man, I will. I really appreciate that too. A lot of people don't think like leaving nice comments like that are going to do a lot, but it's really nice. So I appreciate that is what I'm trying to tell you. Love you. I know you got a girl. Love you too, man. Can I come watch tomorrow? Yeah, you can watch tomorrow. Anyone can come watch tomorrow. But yeah, like I said, put down your guys' final comments. I'm wearing Eros Flame tomorrow. That's what you guys said. So keep your guys' eye out for Fragrance of the Day tomorrow. I hope you all have a great rest of your night, though. This has been a super fun live. Just waiting for some of the last comments to come in. But yeah, so thank you all. Bye. Hey, bye. Bye, Hollis. Thank you for coming. The only bad thing is I always feel like I'm going to end when somebody's trying to write a comment. So I'm just going to try and... Hey, peace. All right. I'm ending the live. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.